Hey, look, boys and girls, on the line with us this morning is Dr. Karen Barr and Beth Finegan from the Indiana County Humane Society. Ladies, good morning.
Good morning, Todd.
Good morning.
It's good to have you both with us. Karen, you're now the executive director of the Indiana County Humane Society. What's the change there? What happens there?
Well, we have hired a new shelter manager to fill my position, and that is Samantha McCoy. She's our Humane Society police officer. So she'll be dealing with the day-to-day operations of the shelter, which leaves me more time to do other things. So as executive director, I'm going to be helping to get out into the community, connect with people, collaborate with other organizations in the county, and help move that shelter forward.
There's a lot of big news at the Humane Society right now. You have a full-time vet now, right? A vet tech. Yeah, a vet tech.
Yep, we have a full-time vet tech. Her name is Mallory, and she is amazing. Karen, you were going to talk about what she's doing for our shelter animals and staff.
Yes. So having Mallory in our shelter 5 days a week is really helpful for the staff and for the animals. Mallory can do an assessment on any animal that comes in, whether it's a stray or an owner surrender. We can get that animal vaccines more quickly. We can treat it for fleas. And any of our sick animals, or if any of the staff has concerns about animals, they can bring that up to Mallory. She can go directly to the animal and then connect up with our vet and get it medicated if necessary. And
certainly her work is cut out for her because right now there's just, animals everywhere, it seems. And cats are particularly at issue for the Humane Society. I know you got a lot of them, and some of them are feral cats, aren't they?
Yes, they are. We took in about 60 cats in a span of 3 weeks around July from several humane cases. And a lot of those cats came in as ferals. What happens is, people have a cat, they don't get it spayed or neutered, it has kittens. The kittens have kittens, and suddenly things get out of control, unfortunately. And these are not bad people, they just haven't been able to afford getting their animals fixed. So we end up with these cat colonies scattered in different places around the county. And sometimes our humane officer steps in because the cats are in such a poor condition. So we ended up with 60 cats. Many of them are ferals, and now we're finding ways to adopt them out and give them their best lives.
Yeah, and folks might wonder, well, if it's a feral cat, what can I do? But there is actually something they can do.
There is. So we are adopting our feral cats out as working cats. And a working cat is a cat that has minimal attachments to people, but has an attachment to other cats that it's lived with before and the place that it's staying. So we are asking people who have barns and farms or have rodent problems to think about adopting one of or several of our feral cats.
Yeah, and that's such a great use for them because those cats, they assimilate into another cat community in a barn, for instance, and farmers really appreciate having them.
Absolutely, yeah. And it takes a little bit of time for that adjustment, for the cat to get used to its new environs. But there are ways to make that be a successful process. And we have really put a lot of focus on this program of adopting out these working cats. So if anybody's interested, please call the shelter, and we can get an application going and get some cats out to your farm or your barn to help you out.
And the cat that comes from the shelter is going to be, shall we say, fixed, isn't it?
Yes, Todd, it'll be fixed. It will be up to date on its shots. It will have had a 3 years rabies vaccine as well.
Yeah. So what happens when that cat gets out there? Is there the chance that it says, you know what, I don't like it here, I'm leaving, and it just wanders away?
There's always that chance, and the way that we try to keep that from happening is that we ask people to confine the cat to an escape-proof room or a crate for at least 3 weeks. Now, that sounds like a long time, but the longer the cat stays confined, the more likely it's going to form the attachment to the people who are there, potentially. It knows where food is coming from, and it's less likely to wander away once it's set.
Yeah, once it knows that its food source is right there, it just needs to hang around, then it's more likely to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, Beth, I want to talk to you about the folks at Delaney Subaru. They've done a really nice thing for you again, haven't they? They've been
Oh,
really big.
yeah. We've had a long time partnership with them. They are very supportive of the shelter, and they have chosen us to be one of their hometown charities for the Subaru Share the Love event, which takes place during November and December. This is a national event. You might recall the cute ads that they run with dogs and cats, and Subaru as a corporation gives money to the ASPCA and is very involved on a national level like this. But here it is, our hometown Delaney Subaru choosing us to be part of this event as one of their hometown charities. So we are honored and so thankful. And it's really simple. During November and December, any Subaru that's purchased at Delaney, a portion of the sale will be donated to the shelter. If somebody's not in the market for a new Subaru during that time, all service and maintenance type appointments, a portion of those goes back to the shelter. And we're just very excited about it. I think there'll probably be a supply donation drive during that time. We'll be over at Delaney Subaru with some of our shelter animals, and all those events will be announced as we get closer to the time. But I also wanted to remind people that Delaney Subaru is also the main sponsor of the Stunt Dog Experience that's coming to the KCAC on April 10th, and tickets are available for that performance right now at the box office at KCAC and also online. And if you donate a dog or cat supply, food, toy, whatever, it gives you $5 off an adult ticket price. So, and all these donations are going to go right to us at the Humane Society and also Four-Footed Friends.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Now, this event was actually originally scheduled earlier this year, right? This past spring.
It sure was.
What happened? Oh, no, never mind. We don't need to get into that. But
right. And kindly, so many people had already bought their tickets, which will be honored at the rescheduled date of April 10th, and had made donations. And so the KCAC had us come over, and we picked up those supplies that were already donated and have put them to good use at the shelter.
Yeah, that's terrific stuff. And of course, that's one way that you can raise funds or supplies for the Humane Society. And you always have some things going in the hopper, don't you? Because the need is ongoing. It's not like, okay, we have everything we need and we don't need any more help. There's always a need for folks to get involved with the Humane Society.
Yeah, very much so. And whether that is through monetary donations, supply donations, volunteering at the shelter, we will. Those needs are constant and ongoing. In fact, one of the programs that Karen helped put in place at the shelter was a greater focus on enrichment of our shelter animals. And at the moment, we're asking for a donation of some toys for enrichment, like Kongs for dogs. Yeah, and what else, Karen?
Wands for the cats, any kind of stuffed toy, no rawhides, please. Things that the kitties can bat around.
Mm-hmm.
The Kongs, Kongs are a big one. We like to stuff the Kongs with peanut butter, dog food, and pumpkin, freeze them, and give them to work on the afternoons when they're bored. So
okay, because of the phone line, I'm not understanding that word. Say that word again.
Kong.
Kongs?
Yep, it's spelled Kong.
Like King Kongs.
Oh, like King Kong, yeah.
Okay. So I don't know what that is. Tell me what that is.
That is a hard plastic toy that has a hole in the middle so we can stuff it with things like peanut butter and pumpkin, and it's virtually indestructible. Not completely indestructible. It's not completely round, so when it bounces, you can't anticipate where it's going to go. So it rolls, it bounces, and it's just a really indestructible toy for the most part for these dogs.
Yeah, and sounds like a lot of fun too.
Oh, it definitely is a lot of fun. The shelter animals just love their enrichment time, and we just had our Cause for Paws out at Blue Spruce, and Karen and one of our staff members, John, did a great demonstration about training, not only behavioral training, but also enrichment using these toys and how it benefits not just our shelter animals, but even an owned animal. They need to have this time of play to better their behavior and to better their disposition and make them all around better in their wellness. So that's what we're asking for at the moment in terms of a specific supply donation.
Get yourself a Kong. I like it.
Right.
I like it.
Right.
I might try to play with it too much though, and not want to give it up.
Right, exactly.
All right. So folks want to learn more about the Humane Society, what you folks do, or maybe help you out a little bit. What do they need to do? Facebook,
well,
I'm assuming.
I'm sorry. They can go to our website, which is incohumanesociety.com. They can call the shelter. They can, certainly we welcome. We're not open to the public at the moment because of the pandemic, but we are accepting applications for adoptions of animals. And again, like I was saying, we welcome volunteers at our shelter. Just have to arrange times for them to be there.
Very good. Ladies, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you so much, Todd.
Thanks, Todd.
Karen Barr, Beth Finegan from the Indiana County Humane Society. It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.